Good evening, Grenada, and of course the drums in the back introduces yet another program, Bon J. Well, this evening is going to be really exciting. I mean, this is a weekend when there's a lot happening, both locally and region. But before we speak about that, let's take some of our Bon J news. We want to extend congratulations to two of our sons in the Calypso business, Mr. Killer and Talpri. They are out in Trinidad representing Grenada tonight in the Playway Power Soca Mona competition and the Digicel International Groovy Mona competition. Well, I mean, if you know by now something's wrong with you. Roly Poly mashing up Trinidad and Talpri backing up, a strong contender as well. So we want to extend best wishes to Mr. Killer and Talpri in the endeavors tonight to crown home. Good. St. David's. The St. David's Day Festival comes alive on Sunday, March 2nd from 10 to 10 at Malmong St. David. The festival will feature a limited overs cricket match. You think you could play? Go St. David's, you go find out. Original handmade craft, mouth-watering local cuisine, exhilarating cultural performances, presentation of awards. Yeah, of course, some person from the village and so will be getting awards. And there'll be a bar boy, a thirst-quenching bar. Dominoes will be playing, DJ competition. All of that happening in St. David's as part of the St. David's Day Festival. Remember, the Grenada Cultural Foundation, the web page and Facebook account is up and running. Interested persons can visit the website at culture.gd, and on the Facebook page at Grenada Cultural Foundation. Fish Friday, boy, is happening right now as we speak. All the mouth-watering fishes and nice fish dishes, and it takes place in Guave. Right, so remember, let's speak about Carriacou Carnival. We did say a lot happening. Carriacou Carnival this weekend as well. It takes place, it starts tonight, Friday, 28th February, so that is today. Right, the Soca Mona competition starts at 9 immediately after this show. Right, at the Hillsborough Recreational Ground. Saturday, March 1st, that's tomorrow, the pageant competition will be held at the Hillsborough Recreational Ground again, and it also starts from 9 p.m. And on Sunday, 2nd March, Groovy and Calypso Mona held at the Hillsborough Recreational Ground. Well, that's where it's happening, Hillsborough Recreational Ground, commencing at 9 p.m. So, whoa, a lot happening, boy. On March 3rd, the streets of Carriacou again will be in the early morning juve. The evening parade of the band, and in the night, Monday night mass. Right, and on Tuesday, so that's Tuesday 3rd. Right, so well, I understand there's something to do with the Monday night mass that'll be happening kind of in the evening kind of thing, because there's something with the lighting and so. Whatever happening, go Carriacou. Right, and but I see the boat going up, Bon J. Even see people this morning, but we're going to talk about that just now. On Tuesday, 4th March, last lap, final activity for Carriacou's Carnival, and that's a Shakespeare Mass in Carriacou. So, that's all your Bon J news. And then there's a Saraka here, but we can't do it. Saraka happening. Moonlight City! There was breakfast this morning, I understand there was all kind of dishes out this morning, and then all now there was lunch. Whole day was food. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you pass in Moonlight City now, everybody could get some food. Right? It's a big cultural activity. It's sponsored by Daigo and Company. Happens every year for the last couple of years as well. So check it out, Moonlight City. We'll be right back. When we come back here, interesting interviews happening right here on Bon J.
Bon J, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. It's from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bon J, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action in the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bon J, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Welcome back to Bon J. Well, we're starting the program. I tell you, we're hot this evening, really hot. We're starting the program with a gentleman who has become really popular in recent times for promoting black. As a matter of fact, he even dressed black now. Stephen Jacobs, welcome to Bonje.
How you doing, man?
Right, better known as Slum. Everybody knows Slum. Some people might know the name because everybody kind of know him as Slum. But Slum is the man behind the real Jabs, right? Is one of the persons in front of that organization, the real Jab. Slum, tell us about the real Jab. We know Jab for culture, it happens around carnival time and so on. Right, and frightening little children, there's some of the image some people have a Jab.
Yeah,
but tell me about the real Jab.
Yeah, the real Jab started because what we realized, a group of us realized that Jab was kind of dying out. People was getting fed up with it because we tend to mash up bands, just run through other bands, dirty buildings, just do stuff because we don't even understand what we were playing, because, a lot of people that were managing it and they used to we should go about doing it. Some pass away, some leave it out, and they don't want to be a part of it no more. And the real Jab started to fix that problem.
Okay, all right. So the real Jab's intention is to add more structure to the playing a Jab. How would you say things have improved from then, when it was kind of fragmented and without the sense of direction, to now?
I mean, it's a big improvement, and there's a lot of things you could see. The sponsors, they're going to put they're putting the brand to it. Right. The artists, a lot of them sing about the Jab now. There's competition, Jab competition. Well, Jab have their own clothing now. So there's a lot of things happening over the years,
Jab become a clothing brand, designer brand. Bonje, Jab gone clear, right? And I like the fact that you said that there's the Jab competition, because I'm amazed at the fact that there's actually a competition promoting, Jabs. And it's drawing real attention. But there's something peculiar about Jab and Grenada, because funny, there are other, let's say, dirty mass, for want of a better expression, around the region. In Trinidad, they play a kind of thing with clay and mud kind of thing, mud mass thing. And but it doesn't carry the oomph that you get from a Grenadian Jab.
I think one other thing with Jab, right? When you put on whatever to get black, you become one. Once you're in the band, everybody become one. You feel a connection, And I believe that's what kind of put to the band, because once you start, you don't really stop unless you had some bad experience with what you put on your skin might burn it, And what has caused that too is when your skin's dry. If you have dry skin, it'll cause that. But apart from that, it's just nice. And
what do you use? I've been told that in some quarters there is, even you hear some advertisement or infomercials about the use of old oil and so. What do you actually use to get that black effect?
All right. I'm going to answer it like this. Jab is black, right? When Jab started, the knowledge I have about Jab, it wasn't old oil. You understand? But right through it was molasses.
Molasses?
Yeah. People did a lot of things to get black in. When you go through gain information. But everybody, the end result was black. You understand?
Okay.
Some people used to take the wine cock and burn it and then mix it with lard, and they get black from that. You understand?
So there are a number of different ways to actually
get black. Why oil oil becomes so popular? The easiest thing to get, the cheapest thing to get, and Jab is just a kind of free, cheap mask that anybody could play. If you want to play Juve morning, you just get some and just put on any old clothes, your old shoes, your old pants, your old hat, any old thing, and you come and play Jab, because Jab is really a mask for anybody,
Okay. And speaking about Jab being a mask for anybody, there's some stories about Jab, in the back in the days when Gary had a band Jab. But we ain't going there this evening. We want to focus on Carriacou this evening. All right? And that the real Jab is going to Carriacou to be part of the Carriacou Carnival experience. Is that your first trip up?
No, this year going to be 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, 4
in
years.
succession?
Yeah, 4 years.
Okay.
For me, going to be about 13, 14 years.
Okay, so you like that Jab, but if you get a chance to go in all over the Caribbean and play Jab?
Yeah, but it's ticklish because I don't want to move what we have to another island, because we want people to come to see what we have. So if you bring it outside too much, you might. If you get in your homeland, you're not going to come here. But we got to move to sell it, So some movements, but you have to be very careful how you're going to move.
Give me some experience with the logistics, moving from here to Carriacou. Obviously, you ain't putting on the clothes here, mean the costume, right? But how do you get your stuff up to Carriacou? What is the experience like over the last 4 years?
All right.
How does the kayak respond? Of course,
Good. They love us. I can't complain. Sometimes I just say, the way they treat me over there and the real Jab, is better than the treatment we get in Grenada, you know. It's really, really nice.
Do they have a competition in Carriacou as well?
No. And there's no competition. So Juve morning is just mass. And I kind of like that, right? The reason why I like that is it costs so much to put out a band. And what we're competing for is just a fraction of what we're putting out. So my thing is, we don't have to have this competition to mash up, because what I'm doing is we're going to have 5-6 job band, right? Trying to compete for what? Nothing. And you will find me separating. So instead of one big line of job, you find a little pocket here, a little pocket there, a little pocket there. And that mashing up the thing. Okay. So I know what people going to agree to it, but I kind of supporting no competition Juve morning for the job, you know. Okay. It doesn't make sense.
What sort of numbers are you expecting in Carriacou this year? And let me ask the question twofold. Numbers as in the band includes folks from Carriacou who join as well, or is it just Grenadians?
No. The band includes folks from Carriacou. The connection is really good.
So tell us about the numbers then. I mean, the size of band and so.
I look in Juve morning to be with people that I see coming in, the people that I see coming in from outside, you know, about, let me say, 800. You're going to be a big band this year.
Carriacou lead.
Yeah, because we go with Tivoli drummers again. You know, because for the last, let me see, next going to be 10 years. For the last 10 years, there was because they were with the first group that used to organize the Jab. You know, they was with them for about 2 years, take 2 years break, and then they come with us. And this year going to make it 9 years.
Okay. So the real Jab has an association with Tivoli. But Tivoli has an association with Jab, so that span over 9 years.
Yeah, 9 years, yeah.
What's the route like in Carriacou? Where do you start and where does it end? How tell us about it.
All right. For this year, we're going to start in an area they call Carco. You know, that is straight by the police station. You walk straight up the road there. We're going to have something like a Kambule there, and then we will come down and go around Hillsborough. You know, that's going to be the route for Juve morning, Monday night mass, and I'll show what the route going to be. You know, but for Juve morning, we're going to have the whole night right after the March gap. Going to be Kambule, you know, so we're going to be cooking, drinking.
Like the original
you had to bring it back original. You had to try your best. If you're going to walk to having something nice, you had to have some roots, you know?
Yeah, I agree. So I see you have a t-shirt in the back, the real Jab, and I see you have some sponsors on it too, man.
Yeah, this is the real Jab Monday evening t-shirt.
So hold it up to the camera, boy. Mr. Cameraman, take this.
Yeah. So we have Westall as a sponsor on this. You know?
Wait, hold on. The real Jab playing this on Monday night.
Monday.
So on Monday evening, you're blacking up.
No, we're not blacking up. We're playing a t-shirt mask.
What
we have for that, we have a King of the Band costume. So we're gonna have mask with a King of the Band costume. And I just continue to try different things.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do, work towards next year, right? Is to try to get our way to get the King and Queen of the Band costume from other bands. Instead of the mashing it up, put it somewhere else. If we had to buy it, we might buy it if you could get it free. So then we have a band with just big costume, something looking good, you know, and the people could play with t-shirts. So you're going to be a cheap mask, but we will have nice things in it, you know.
So you're keeping your black costume, but for the Monday night mask. On Monday, you actually have a t-shirt costume. That's interesting.
Yeah,
taking Jab, showing Jab in a different light.
Right. Because what we're going to do is, the truck, we're going to light up the whole truck. So we don't have light a wave, but we whole truck going to light. You know?
Fluorescent light and things.
We have some LEDs. The whole thing. So we planning to light up the costume also. We're working on that. So things going to be good. You asked me about how are we going to go to Carriacou? That been a challenge for us over the years, you know, because of the situation with the boat and what people could really afford. So we have a limited amount of people who go there. Amelia will be leaving, you know, but it's a limited amount of people that will be able to go there. Some people will go to Osprey, you know, but so we definitely will be going with Amelia.
But if folks could make their way to Carriacou outside of that arrangement, they could still play the band.
Yeah, they could play. The band is a different thing. You're going to Carriacou. We have 3 stages. They're going to Carriacou, Juve, and Monday evening. You could play anywhere. You could anywhere you want. You know, so the boat is 100, Juve morning is 20, and the t-shirt it's 30. So it's 3 different stages.
Okay. So you could take part in all 3 activities, or you could take part in selected activities.
Yeah.
Accommodation. When you go for this this when you folks go up there, how do you get accommodation? Is this something pre-arranged or,
we
men bound?
Yeah, we have a house in Carriacou that we use over the years. We've been using, and what we do is like they kind of cook like, so everybody there in the house, and they give us another place in Carriacou where we're going to be able to use. So we will have the house and then the other building in Carriacou. So we have 2 buildings.
Slum, one house, how much about you?
About 200.
So, hey, some fella had to take the stand-up shift. Everybody can't sleep at the same time. But
we make it,
as a matter of fact, you ain't going to sleep. You're going for carnival, you ain't sleeping.
Yeah, you gotta just imagine what it's like for you in Grenada. Carnival Sunday, they all around.
Yeah,
Then Sunday night you go March Gras, Monday morning straight Juve. You go take a little 5, back to Monday night mass, and that's it. After Monday night mass, we come back to Grenada. So
okay, that sounds exciting though. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, man.
Anything you want to give us again with respect to Carriacou? I mean, you actually make me feel to jump the boat by.
One thing I could tell people who listening, the listening public, being in Carriacou for Carnival is really nice. You have to go and experience it, because if you check the people that have been over the years, right, they tend to go back. So that's a good thing, And the beach is real nice. So if you don't want to take part in the real jump up and thing and just want to relax, you could relax on the beach. It's just a nice weekend to be in Carriacou.
Good.
Well,
we want to wish you all the best on your trip to Carriacou.
Yeah,
Keep flying the flag high.
Gonna be nice.
And I'm sure that there will be some new persons who just catch the spirit, the jab spirit and join the band.
Yeah, man.
As you find every year. There's always some new faces every year.
And there's something that when we started, right, we never intended to reach so far. Now people start buying the real jab helmet. Overseas, we start shipping it out, Right?
Shipping the helmet out?
Yeah, man. Right now.
And they should patent that helmet, eh?
Yeah.
Sometimes we do things long and we figure, well, it's we and we developing, but they have to move early and patent it, because you never know. Next thing you see, I said, we went to Holland. Not Holland, sorry. We went to Cuba. Heritage Theater went to a festival one time. It happened around the Carnival. I mean, I grind because, oh gosh, but I live in Carnival to go in Cuba, but I like my theater and so. And while we up there, Sunday, the Carnival Sunday here, they asked to show something about your culture, and so we decided this is Sunday evening, this is Carnival Sunday, we go play a jab. So I can't remember where we get the oil, but a few of us, about 6 or 7 of us, blacked up. Let me tell you something. People are wrong. I said they swarm like bees. They want to touch to see if we real.
And that's something I noticed about jab. People always in the jaw theater. I know there's some connection with human and this thing. I don't know. I can't answer.
That might be topic for our next discussion. Until then, man, all the best. Enjoy yourself in Carriacou and continue flying the flag.
Yeah, man, I know.
Speaking there with Stephen Jacobs, aka Slum, and he is behind the Real Jab, and here Real Jab is heading to Carriacou, and this is going to be 9 successive years that they're going to Carriacou, and we want to wish them all the best. Stay tuned. When we come back, action on Bonjay.
Bonjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, or customs and traditions. Jay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
There is still a place where untouched beauty meets soothing experiences and people. It is a place where cascading waterfalls meet quiet meandering rivers to join silky stretches of white sand beaches. A place where you are greeted with the friendly smiles of the local people, while the rich aroma from the abundance of tropical fruits, fresh herbs and spices fill your lungs. A place perfect for curious minds intrigued by 18th century plantations, a water-propelled rum distillery, historical forts, and petroglyphs that are still visible today. A place where you can go turtle watching on a monkeys and marvel at water-filled craters created from extinct volcanoes. This place also allows you to enjoy perfect year-round sailing conditions while diving the world's first underwater sculpture park. This charming place is neatly situated in the Southern Caribbean and is popularly referred to as the Spice Islands of the Caribbean. These islands are Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So come visit us as we take you on a journey like never before. Come, experience the rhythms of spice.
Welcome, Andre. And just before we continue with our interviews, at this stage, during the program, one of the features of the program is our Bonje moment. And it is designed to capture something hilarious that happened during the week, 2 weeks ago, during a month. But we want to actually play it back because sometimes, when you actually see something a second time, you get a chance to really get the fun and the humor out of it. So this evening, our Bonje moment is designed to crack you up. Take a look.
Bonje.
It was good.
Lots of paddle today, girl.
Oh,
Lots
really?
of peacock. Honey, what's wrong?
Nothing, I'm good. I'm fine, really.
It's not cold. Even nice.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong? I know what you're looking for.
Bonje.
well, welcome back. Let me put the camera and me laughing a bit. Well, hear this now. You telling me about Bonje moment? Bonje moment is a whole movie now, I mean, I thought I was in Regal, I was just about to order some popcorn and coke. The guy came on, he just finds something right. We want to actually give some credit to Gino Charles. Gino, hats off to you, man, for your Bonje movie. Something right. It's such a whole lot. When you have an intuition, and your partner, they're green vibe. We take a break right now. When we come back, we continue with our interviews on Bonje.
Bonje, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bonje, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonje, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Welcome back. I still think about Bonje moment. I mean, a whole movie. Well, our next guest on the program this evening is a gentleman whose name is synonymous with sport and sporting activity. As a matter of fact, you could just call him Mr. Sports. I mean, he has been involved and he has given and given and given and is still giving of his time, his talent to the development of sports in our Tri-Island state. I'm speaking of none of Mr. Conrad Francis. I say you could call him on sports. Conrad Sports, or they say Sportsman Francis. Conrad, welcome to Bonje.
Thanks, Robert, and good night.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. In the introduction, I just said it as it is. I mean, your name has been, every time you think of sports, you must somehow think of Conrad Francis. From being involved in sports yourself, now actually working in the area to develop other sports people and so. How has it been over all these years? What keeps you going, keep you motivated? I mean, I see you don't have as much hair on your head as you used to, but you're still in the sports.
that's what being involved in sports
It gets
cause, you know. Well, I have no regrets. My pathway has been a very simple one, you know, from being a competitor and getting into coaching and administration. It has been a very rewarding and fulfilling one. And as people will say, you know, all that I know is sport, all that I owe everything to sports.
Good. Let's focus on this year's, well, your substantive post is sports coordinator.
Yeah, coordinator of sports in the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Religious Affairs.
Right. And let's focus on this year's intercall, because we know in the season, I mean, Saturday after Saturday, things happening now. I mean, the son home and coming home late in the evening, you tell me they've been training and so. Although I think he's a lazy fella. If you're watching the program now, I'm telling you they could do better, boy, but you ain't pushing yourself. I probably need to get Mr. Francis on your case. I'm speaking to me Sunday, right? He's in St. Mark's Secondary School and he competes in the 60, the 200, the 100.
Right, so he's a sprinter.
Yes, but
he's as fast as you.
No, in that case, he's not a sprinter. In that case, he's not a sprinter. In that case, he's probably a driver. You in there, what fast is drive? But let's come back to Intercall. I am told that there are some realities. I don't want to use the word challenges. There's some realities with Intercall this year with respect to the space that you're utilizing. But I understand some very creative minds, led by Francis and others, have decided, okay, we can make it work. Tell us what are some of the realities.
Yeah, well, actually, Intercall is controlled by a committee. They have their special committee, as association at the helm. I think Mr. Jeremiah is leading that charge right now. But we work together to ensure that things happen.
Okay.
And you are correct in terms of the space. As you know, that the National Stadium is under reconstruction, so therefore no sporting activities could be held there this year. As a matter of fact, a number of sports meet has been held in the National Cricket Stadium. We had to revert to the National Cricket Stadium. So as a ministry, we had to make available to all the various schools wishing to have their school sports. And quite a number of them were held thus far. Okay. The biggest one, of course, was last weekend. I'm sure you were part of the crowd eating your KFC at the National KFC Relay Meet. So the track in itself, it's a 300 meters track. The regular tracks, this regular size of a track is 400 meters. In small fields in Grenada, we do have a 300 meters track, like in Victoria Park and other small fields. But our athletes have gotten accustomed to running on 400 meters track, which is much easier because it contains 200 meters stretch and 200 meters bends. Now, in a 300 meters track, the straights are very short. You probably might only get about 75 meters. Yes, so it's very circular, and the curves are sharper, right? So the athletes find it very difficult to get these curves. As a result, you find that the performances would not be as good as if it was on a 400 meters track, right? You actually will run slower on a 300 meters track.
You know, that's interesting because without you explaining it now, I never really saw it that way. But obviously, if the more curves and the deeper the curves you have to negotiate, you can't go as fast.
No,
Because
cannot.
you run the risk of losing your balance.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and nobody wants to fall in a race because if you fall, them fellas and when they pass over you, and even getting up, you can't hold them again. So that is one of the realities.
So that is one of
challenges.
the disadvantages of having it in the National Cricket Stadium. But I'll tell you, one of the advantages is that the cricket stadium, the fact that it is a sand-based surface, right, and that surface was laid somewhere 2006, 2000. So at its present stage, it is very solid. Yeah, you do not get much movement under your feet, right? But it is sand-based, so that means it is like a cushion, right? So it is very soft on the legs of the athletes as compared to, let's say, the synthetic track at the old stadium.
So you have
right?
not moved up the synthetic track at all. They're just using the grass, actually, the real grass, is it?
No, it's two different stadiums. Yeah, the track and
I was asking the question, wondering if in preparation for the meet, if you would have actually moved the track that was on the old
No. We are having the track meets now. We have it in the cricket stadium.
I know. So you
Which
haven't
is
done anything to
different.
the cricket stadium in terms of putting down any track.
there isn't any
Those old
track.
track on the
The
athletic
cricket
stadium.
stadium is only for cricket actually.
Okay. So you have to run
it's
on the
a
real grass.
makeshift. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a makeshift track that we put down.
So it's a new
It's a grass
experience
track.
for somebody.
Yeah, new experience, but new experience in the sense that it is the measurement of the track is 300 meters
Okay.
because mostly, 99% of our tracks in Grenada are grass track. We only had one synthetic track, which is at the National Stadium.
Okay.
But the difference is the measurement of the track, 400 as opposed to 300 meters.
Okay. How have the times been affected in terms of people's timing? Has it really affected it in any serious?
Significantly. Yeah. As I said before, that you would run slower on the grass track. The times would not be as fast as running on a synthetic track or as on a 400 meters track. Yeah, in the 100 meters, yes, you may find athletes running. It could be equated, yeah. But generally speaking, running like 200, 400 meters, once you have to do laps, the times slower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Conrad, I want to ask you, we have had a significant amount of contributions or sponsorship in terms of years from Scotiabank. And I'm speaking now the Intercall meet, right? Are they on board this year as per other years?
Yes, my understanding is that Scotiabank is on board this year. They have been, we could call them sponsors of Intercall, and they have done a wonderful job over the years in terms of providing and taking care of most of the costs of Intercall, and they are on board this year again. You know.
One other question I want to ask you before we wrap up, because it's amazing how the time flies here.
Yeah, I know.
How has the successes of Kirani at the World Cup level, how has that impacted on our young sportsmen here? Have you seen any motivation? Have you seen people wanting to be the next Kirani, or not the next Kirani, but wanting to excel at that level? Have you seen that kind of motivation?
Yes, definitely. Any country who has Olympic champions, you'll find that the youth of the country would use them as role models. They now become icons of the sport, and everybody would want to be. And in Grenada, it has happened. People to continue in the sport. We have seen more people involved in track and field. We have seen more people starting to train earlier. You know, people now start training in September. Before, you used to find athletes and coaches will start in January, which was insufficient for them to do good performances in February and March. So all these the successes of Kirani and Rondell and people who have gone before, because there were people who inspired Kirani. We could talk about Donald Pierre.
Yes, I remember Donald.
You know, we could talk about Aline Francisque. You know, people always aspire to be like them, and we have a lot of young artists now trying to emulate Kirani. As a matter of fact, just yesterday at the GBSS School Sports, one of the artists there broke one of Kirani's records, sub-junior 400 meters record.
That's interesting.
You know, and
that's a good sign.
And that's a good sign.
Yeah.
So you can actually see that, you know, people are aspiring to be even better.
Yes.
To be even better than Kirani. So in the next couple of years, you'll find that we have a plethora of young 400 runners.
Connor, that's a positive note to end our interview on. It's just a pity that we didn't have more time. I mean, there's so much more I feel we could have chatted about, but time is sometimes limited here. But I just want to wish you all the best in your continued endeavors.
I'm hoping to see you at National Championships, which is be on the 15th of March and Intercall on the 9th and 10th of April.
Great.
Hope you can make it a mascot of Intercall or something like that. You know that. It would be great to see you at Intercall. I think you did it at, was it World Cup?
Yes, well, once it doesn't involve going on the field and run. You know? Like, I want people to look at me and say, hey, Bonje, look the Bonje man. When we come back, more live action right here on Bonje.
Bonje, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, or customs and traditions. Hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonje, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
There is still a place where untouched beauty meets soothing experiences and a warm people. It is a place where cascading waterfalls meet quiet meandering rivers to join silky stretches of white sand beaches. A place greeted with the friendly smiles of the local people, while the rich aroma from the abundance of tropical fruits, fresh herbs and spices fill your lungs. A place perfect for curious minds intrigued by 18th century plantations, a water-propelled rum distillery, historical forts, and petroglyphs that are still visible today. A place where you can go turtle watching, feed mana monkeys, and marvel at water-filled craters created from extinct volcanoes. This place also allows you to enjoy perfect year-round sailing conditions while diving in the world's first underwater sculpture park. This charming place is neatly situated in the Southern Caribbean and is popularly referred to as the Spice Islands of the Caribbean. These islands are Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So come visit us as we take you on a journey like never before. Come, experience the rhythms of spice.
It's my pleasure to invite you, welcome you back to Bonje, and at this time we are about to have now our video moment. Today we are featuring one of our Grenadian sisters from the Sister Isle of Carriacou, and she has done a video. What's the name of the song? Healing. And I saw her perform it live, but tonight she has a video on, and we're happy to present superstar out of Carriacou doing with her video presentation, Body Healing. Take a look, enjoy.
Baby, for so long, knowing that you're not here with me, baby, feels so wrong. Just the memories of you and I alone at night. Baby, why don't you come back home on the first flight? Every moment passing by, a feeling can't deny. Hope you know the reason why. You know I tell no lie. Yes, my neck's aching, my back is aching, my lips it's aching. Need somebody healing. again. When you whisper to me, makes my body feel free. I'm in so much pain, makes my soul fall like rain. Baby, you're my doctor, you're my lover, healer. Baby, check my pressure, kill this craving fever. Yes, my hands it's aching, my legs it's aching, my feet it's aching. Need somebody here, need somebody here, need somebody here, need somebody here. I'm feeling a feeling, I can't take it no more. Wanna feel a body closer to mine. Stop the aching, stop the craving, bring the healing. Oh, that's what sweet feeling. Gotta come on, baby, baby, come, need somebody here. Come on, need somebody here. Need somebody here. Need somebody here. Need somebody here. Come on, need somebody here. Need somebody here.
Yeah, and that was Superstar right there, man. She needs some body healing. I like them police in this. Well, I think that was done on location in the US, eh? Them police of the bad boy. Rain and rain, they coming. Yeah. It's the big lash of rain and police car pulling up, boy. They coming when they get the call. So that was our Superstar from the sister isle of Carriacou, of course. Canadian to the bone, but residing on the sister isle. And our tune there, body healing. We have a third guest, ladies and gentlemen, people in Bonje land, as we like to, hey, I like that term, boy, Bonje land. And we're heading right now to the northern parish of St. Patrick. And we're going to have a chit chat with somebody who is the vice president or vice chair of the St. Patrick's Organization for Development, SPOD. You may know that SPOD has been hosting the St. Patrick's Fiesta for probably well over 25 years. Ms. Belfon?
28 years.
28. And speaking of Sheena Belfon, and she's joining me on the set. Sheena, welcome to Bonje.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
You're right, Sheena Bonje. You're coming plenty here tonight. Yeah.
I'll give you some way I'm leaving.
So Sheena, you're the vice president of SPOD. How long have you been in that position?
Well, since last year. So we had an election at the end of last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, since then.
You know, I knew about the election and I never really knew, except that I think Marvin is now the president, right?
Yes, he's now the vice chair.
But
the chairperson.
Yeah.
Vice chair.
But I never knew who filled the other position. So it's good to know that you're the vice chair. Tell us about St. Patrick's Fiesta this year.
Okay, well,
because I'm told it's in March and tomorrow is March, eh?
Tomorrow is already the first. Well, normally we always have our fiesta in March. It's just a custom, and it's always the last 2 weeks in March. St. Patrick's Day is not just celebrated by us here in Grenada in the parish of St. Patrick. It's actually celebrated by the Irish. So it's where it's actually originated from.
Yeah, it's an Irish something.
Right, our Irish heritage. So it has stuck with us, and every year we celebrate it. 28th year of celebration. Hooray to us.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Anything in Grenada lasts for more than 5 years as far as organization is concerned. Even some government doesn't last for more than 5 years. So anything that lasts for Bonje, but you can't say that. But no, 28 years is quite a long time.
It's quite a long time, and we have been doing it. We know it has been great on many years. On some years, it could have done with some improvement, which is what we're trying to do now, and hoping to make this year as big as it could possibly be. So.
Sheena, that is quite a challenge. I mean, I was part of that organization. As a matter of fact, I held the position of vice chair like you one time. I held the position of chair one time. And no, I'm not necessarily saying that it cannot come back to the days when, I mean, it was a really big activity. The crowds we see for the St. Patrick's, the Tuesday Juve, we used to see that kind of crowds coming to Soteas for the culmination of the St. Patrick's Day fiesta. Of course, there was the exposition of art and craft and things St. Patrick's.
We still have that. We had it last year. Well? We had it last year. It was great last year actually, and this year we're planning to improve on it still. But it was great, and it's one of the things that we're having on the last day, on the 30th of March, earlier in the day. So from about 12 o'clock to about 5, 6 in the afternoon. In the evening, sorry. Yeah, so we planning to have arts and crafts, local produce, so wines, chocolates, whatever it is that we can find people who, local stuff, to come and exhibit in the streets of Soteas. So we're going to block off from the bank, the cooperative bank, to the Quasi, right? And we'll have booths set up along the street there, people displaying their stuff. So come out, if you're interested in arts and craft and local produce, then you can come out. We'll have art as well. We're planning to have, well, I see you have something there. All the artists to come on board. And you know, we have a lot of those. We have quite a few artists in St. Patrick's. We're not just looking at people in St. Patrick's to come out and exhibit. Anybody in Grenada who's interested in coming to showcase their work or their products, they can come and
do so.
It. Yes.
Okay, so you actually open it out to the nation.
Right. We want this to be not just something St. Patrick's, but something that the whole island could celebrate in, and it should be.
Okay. What special features this year? I mean, I know the music has been one thing that has been featured. Music on the streets, not just the DJ. I remember one time the criticism was that there were too much DJs on the street.
Right.
And I seem to see that has been addressed in the last couple of years.
It has been.
Right.
But it has been addressed to the point where most of it has been taken off.
No, you can't go
right,
from one extreme to the next.
Right. So we're trying to balance it this year and still have some along the streets, and then include some bands, some still band, right.
How about the live bands?
We will have live band because we had them last year. The band, as in band music, we had it on the terminal. So we had a band show there. So bands would have played throughout the night. We're still having this, but this year we just want to incorporate more musical features like steel pan and drum. There's a big drum here, some drumming, DJs along the streets. So yeah.
What dates is it actually running from this year?
From the 16th to the 30th of March.
16th to the 30th of March?
Yes.
Okay. Give us a breakdown of the specific activities.
Sure.
Or the various activities that you have on different days, because I'm sure that there's a number of activities planned within the entire celebrations.
We've got loads of them actually. So and every night we have an event every single night from the 16th to the 30th. Every single day. Night.
Every day.
Well, last year we had it and tough.
Okay.
A lot of people may not have known that it was there. This year we're trying to make sure that it's advertised properly so people know about it.
Okay.
But we have an event every single day or every single night. From the 16th to the 30th. So on the 16th, on Sunday the 16th in the morning, we have a church service at the Soteas Pentecostal Church. And then from there in the afternoon, in the evening, we have the opening ceremony, which we normally have. We must have the
Where is that going to be held?
And the Soteas Bus Terminus.
Okay.
And right after that, we have a concert. These events are events that we have every year. It's set in stone. So, and Monday the 17th of March, we have a health forum. So health issues would be there to it. We'll have a forum. People could come out and listen and partake and learn to take care of yourself. And we plan to have venue is the St. Patrick's Anglican School.
St. Anglican School.
Yes, you know, Soteas Town Hall. And then we have the primary school quiz on the Tuesday the 18th. Let me just reverse this. There was a change in this. I think we're having the primary school quiz on the Monday, and the health forum on the Tuesday.
Okay.
The primary school quiz is at the St. Patrick's Anglican School, same venue. On Wednesday we have the East versus West football.
Where's that going to be held?
That's going to be held in. It's scheduled to be held in River Sally. It might be changed to Rosehill.
Okay.
Because last time we had it in River Sally, and we're trying to mix things up.
Right.
So, but it's right, exactly.
Yeah.
We don't want to have things in the same place every year. We want everybody to get a feel of, something in their area. But that would depend again on the availability of the people there to host, in collaboration with us, that event. And on the Thursday, the 20th, we have a debate, a secondary school debate.
Where's that going to be held?
It will be held at the Montrose SDA Comprehensive.
Okay, what time?
After about 2:30, after school.
2:30.
We don't want to disrupt, the school kids.
What Friday is like?
Friday is we've got on Thursday after, let me not forget this, after the school debate, we've got a dance exercise at the St. Patrick's Anglican schoolyard there. And on Friday, we have something new this year. We're partnering with Carib, the Grenada Brewers, to host a beer festival. Because, again, of our Irish heritage, St. Patrick's Day is all about the Irish and the celebration and the beer drinking and the Guinness drinking and that. Right, so...
let's see if you could quickly run to
let me run to this quick. On Saturday, we've got the Fun Day to be held at the 4 past day, I think it is. Either there or McDonald College. It has to be decided based on, again, availability of those areas. Then we run St. Patrick's on the 23rd. On the 24th, we've got the bonfire and karaoke at the Shanty Mills pasture. We had it last year, it was great. This year, we're planning to do it again. Fitness walk on the 25th, a talent night on the 20th, a dance exercise on the 27th and 27th. On the 28th, we've got a gala, dinner, award ceremony, and a ball at the Plains Arena, arena, right? Yes, so we're planning to, to award 8 parishioners for their contribution to St. Patrick's.
Okay.
We've got a number of different areas.
Wonderful.
So we're planning to do that.
Okay, we really must wrap up now. See if you get
there's only 2 more
seconds.
Right, good. So we've got a clean up in the morning and a Queen show in the afternoon, evening time at the McDonald College School. And on the 30th, we've got the street fiesta, and we would have talked about that a bit earlier.
Great. Tina, thank you so much for joining us. No problem. All right. Time is really against us. We take a break, and when we come back, our iconic feature video.
Mom J, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. Way of life, or customs and traditions. J, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Mom J, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Welcome back. It's amazing how the time flies when you're having fun, eh? Well, just before we take our feature video this evening, we just want to touch base with our folks outside there. Let's give you the opportunity to call in and link us. So our question this evening: what position? Now there's a buzz in Trinidad happening right now, eh? Mr. Killer and the Roly Poly gang, yeah. What position do you think Killer plays in this competition? Give us a shout, right? 435-2636. Yep. 435-2636. Give us a shout and tell us what position you think Mr. Killer will be placing in that competition. For Marshall boy. Blows. 435-2636. Remember, what position you think Mr. Killer will be placing in that competition this evening? Now this focus is on Killer, eh? Because Killer is in the soca, the power monarch, but we also have Talpri down there. Let's not forget, Talpri is competing in the groovy as well. And chances are he could create some ruction too. We believe that this is a very good year for Grenada's music in Trinidad, and it will be interesting to see. I know that Mr. Killer is going to bring some. As a matter of fact, they had to amend the stage, adjust the stage to accommodate the Roly Polies. But we're going to take our iconic feature video, and if we get a cause, we just probably ask you to hold on a bit. and we'll take it afterwards. So let's look at our video. Now, the video that we're presenting this evening is actually of one of our old stalwarts in the Calypso business who has not been around, actually migrated to the US a couple of years ago. Has been out there since, but he has given some sterling contributions and renditions in the years when he participated in Grenada's Carnival. Take a look. Patrick Praying Mantis, Paul.
Like you to put your hands together for Praying Mantis. Whoa, yo. Oh, yes. What is Calypso? I want my people to know. From my research show, it's history of long ago. So I got to know my grandpapa sang so well. That's why I am sure my ancestor was a chant. Well, singing out the calling down the plantation. Yes, man, singing against slavery and bondage and oppression. My people must know origin of Calypso. Sweet combination of the picong and extempo. And they must understand it's a cultural tradition handed down from slavery right onto the plantation. And like they never know, Calypso is redemption song that tells of the history and struggles of the African. We must all be grateful ancestors for being so faithful to this worthy cause. Now the whole world singing it. It was not in vain, for it's only Calypso that could ease the strain. Calypso is life, Calypso is living, Calypso is love, Calypso is giving. Calypso so real and Calypso so true, to up the pain and pressure mankind going through. Bambido, oh yes, Bambidai, aha. Bam bam bambido. What is Calypso? Caribbean man understand. It's a medium and a positive vibe. Let us not forget, Calypso was the first newspaper. Radio was not yet. The Chantwell was the first editor. Was the medium for the mass communication when they want to kill massa and burn down the plantation. My people must know the true history of Calypso. Sweet combination of the calendar and shampoo. And they must understand Calypso is the people's choice when fighting the oppressor, for that is the strongest voice. And we must realize Calypso is the sweetest song, giving praise to society but licks when we going wrong. We must all be grateful to our ancestors for being so faithful to this world. Now the whole world singing it. It was not in vain, for it's only Calypso that could ease the strain. Calypso is life, Calypso is living, Calypso is love, Calypso is giving. Calypso so real and Calypso so true, to ease up the pain and pressure mankind going through. Bam 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 bido. Aha. Oh yes. What is calypso? I'm ashamed we do not believe. It's the best folklore, express the way we live. And we too blind to see calypso has a rich legacy to open our eyes to a beautiful page of history written by the slave.
Patrick Praying Mantis Paul, a rendition, What is Calypso? One of the old style was from the past. Well, it's amazing we haven't gotten any calls, but even so, we're starting the time because it's now 9 and that is where we say goodbye. Goodbye! Hey, bonjour, what want to sing with? See you until next week. Until next week, see you, have a good weekend, enjoy it, and let's hope Kila. See you next week.